Welcome to the Bearded Barbarian! Welcome everybody, welcome to today's video. Today, we're opening some fun stuff for Halloweeny. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so, a little bit of a story here. I did a craft project a while back, and I did a pretty good job. And I was happy with the result. Happier than I thought I would be. I had set the bar really low for myself. So, I feel like I can do all kinds of things now. So I've decided to buy a couple things, Halloween-related craft projects. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open them, show off what it is. And then part two of this is going to be assembling this into something that's going to look either really, really great. And you're going to think, wow, that dunderhead can do it. Anybody can do it. Or you're going to say, wow, he made a mess of it. And now that's trash. Okay? Or half and half. So let me go ahead and open up so you can sort of see what I'm talking about here. Enough of me blathering on about whatever it is. All right, let's take a look. This stuff, both of these things came from Amazon. I will show you what it is below here, so in case you're interested. This is two things. First thing is it's blood, not actual blood, fake blood, and it's for, like, if you're dressing up for Halloween, and you want to put some fake blood on yourself, you put this on, okay? This is liquid latex, okay? So this is designed to put on your face and make like clumps and stuff like that, or gashes or tears or whatever it is for makeup. And then you use the blood to make a bloody mess of yourself, okay? I'm not going to do that because this face is beautiful. I don't want to mess that up. So what I'm planning on doing is adding these two things to this over here. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up this so you can sort of see what it is that I've gotten. And I actually saw this or something like what I'm thinking about doing on YouTube. Okay, and the guy did an amazing job. He's like a professional. So I'm thinking I can manage it, which I know I'm not going to make as good a job as he did, but hopefully it'll be something that'll be semi-decent. Okay, so they put a box inside of a box here. Let me go ahead and open it up. And let's see what we got. It was fairly inexpensive. This was, I want to say, 16, 17 bucks for these two items. I got them together. You can buy different versions of things, etc. But this is what I got. So let's hope this, what I got, the other part of what I got is going to look reasonable. So we'll see. Ah! Come on. All right, here we go. All right, what did we get? We got a skull, baby, skull. A seemingly similar size head skull. There's different versions that you can get on there. This is one I found. So what my plan is I'm going to take this and put this liquid latex all over it. Hopefully it'll stick. This is a little shinier than I thought it was going to be. I might have to rough it up so it connects to it. I thought I was getting sort of a different version, but whatever, it's going to be fine. And then I'm going to put that on there, and then I'm going to put the blood on there. And the thing with the liquid latex is, the thing I saw is they suggested to use this with some cotton, some loose cotton, and either get cotton balls and kind of pull it, and then stick it to the thing so it looks like tissue, like kind of rotting tissue or burnt tissue, and then I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to put some blood on it. And hopefully it'll turn out good. If it turns out like crap, it's because I'm a newbie, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm just trying some different things to see what kind of fun stuff I can put in my background. And if it's a disaster, then you'll know it's a disaster and you don't have to worry about spending money on it, and it might be a bad idea, okay? But again, there are different versions of the skull. I thought it was going to be slightly different because, again, I didn't think it was going to be quite so shiny, but it should be okay because my face is shiny and this is supposed to stick to this. So we're going to see. So this is part one. Stay tuned for part two, where I actually go ahead and sort of make this stuff up. It won't be a long video. We'll speed up the kind of the boring or uninteresting parts. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and make sure to stay tuned for part two of our video. All right, so what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be working on our skull here. This is the plastic skull we got from Amazon. It was an inexpensive one, but like somewhere in the area of about $20. So we have this, and we also opened our liquid latex here. This is something, again, that we got on Amazon. This came with this as well. This is for vampire blood, so we're going to make it a little bloody, etc., and see how it turns out. I've never done anything like this before. I've seen some images, etc., but and some videos from YouTube, but I think I have a pretty good understanding of basically what I want to try to do. We're going to be using cotton balls. You can use just regular cotton batting if you want as well. So just some inexpensive old cotton balls that we've had lying around the house. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inexpensive brush here that I got from Lowe's, you know, $1 brush. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint on the liquid latex, and then I'm going to pull the cotton and kind of dab it all around and try to do different things and try to put it on kind of thin so it just kind of like looks like pulled flesh, etc. And then once we do that, we're going to let it dry and then do some painting and all kinds of fun stuff. So we're going to see, it's going to feel it out process and add layers as we go. Okay, so that's our plan. Let's see what we got. All right, let's take a look at our liquid latex here. We just need to mix it up a little bit. I'm not going to worry about the blood for right now. We'll just set that aside and see what we got here. All right, looks like we got foil to pull off. All right, go ahead and kind of smelly. This is designed to go on a person's face, so it should be safe, etc. I'm not sure how pliable it will be or how stiff it'll get, but we're going to do our best to figure this thing out. The good thing is it's supposed to look like a gory mess, like a zombie anyway. So we're going to play with it and see how it turns out. All right, let's pour some in here and try applying some onto our skull. Try not to make too much of a mess. I did put some paper here, some fabric to catch any type of problems, etc. So, all right, let's go ahead and get this. And what we're going to do is get our cotton balls. We're going to bunch of cotton balls here and try to work on pulling those apart, figure out where we're going to set. I'm going to put it around on the head part first and see how we do. Okay, so I'm going to put this on first. And then I'm going to pull some of the cotton over it. Okay? All right. Let's see what we got here. It's supposed to kind of look like burnt and pulled and flesh kind of a thing. So you don't want to overdo it with too much at the beginning. That's something I've learned through the process. The good thing is if it doesn't kind of work the way you think it's going to work, then that's what you're going to end up, you can try pulling some off, etc. So, all right. Whenever you see things on YouTube, sometimes they look easier than they actually are, etc. So it can be tricky. It can be real tricky when you think, oh, that looks simple, and it really turns out to be a lot more complicated than that. So go ahead and pull this. Again, we want it to look like sort of burnt and nasty flesh kind of a thing. So we're going to have to look like sort of sticking onto my hands a little bit too. So, which I guess is good because it's showing that this is actually sticking pretty good. So. It's going to take a while to build all this stuff up. right, that's enough for pass one. I'm going to let it dry and then take a look at it, fill in some gaps, do some taking a look, adding some things. And I can pull a little bit off when it's dry, but I don't want to mess it up too bad. So I'll be back after its normal drying time, and I'll let you know how long that lasts. All right, so now we've got our skull that we've let dry, and you can sort of see what's sort of happened to it. It feels kind of, you know, it's hardened pretty well. There's some spots that are real yellowy looking, and then there's some spots that are a little whiter. That's the epoxy on the outside, the liquid latex that we used, and then the cotton balls. So it's going to give a different texture to it, hopefully a really cool skin kind of texture. You can sort of see sort of how it's all turned out, etc. And I meant for it to be spotchy on purpose because I want to give different textures and like it's real gory. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some painting and see how nasty we can make it. That's, you know, I can really mess things up real good. So that's my plan. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this right here, and we'll do some painting here. I'm going to have to mix some paints. So what I've got here is we've got some chocolate sprinkle is the color. These are from Walmart. These are inexpensive paints, melted chocolate, so a couple different browns. So we're going to do a brown color first. Then we're going to do maybe some black in there as well, and some yellow. And I'm going to try to mix some different things together to make it look like a fun color here. Oops. See, there's thing. I'm gonna water it down and make it kind of liquidy too, because I just want it to be kind of a wash. I'm not really looking for a thick color of paint, really. So I got, that was, these are acrylic paints, by the way. This is going to be, what is this one? This one's chocolate sprinkle. So we'll just put a little of that in there as well, a couple different kinds of brown. Do that, we're gonna mix that in there. And then I'm going to put a little yellow in there. Let me see if I can get some yellow. Oh, this one's a new one. This is called Real Yellow. What we'll do is we'll test it. Let me get a little bit of some, this is jet black. All right. This is just an inexpensive chip brush. I'm just going to try to mix it together and make it kind of nasty looking. And again, I'm going to try to get some water to put in there, and then we'll see how it looks. You can sort of see it's very chocolatey. I'm going to put maybe a little bit more yellow in. So it's sort of a feeling out process when you're sort of mixing paints to see how it's going to look. So what we'll do is we'll sort of turn it around. Then what we're going to do is we're going to wipe it off here. No, it's not really the color that I'm going for here. Let me maybe put a little, like I said, a little more yellowy in there. It's kind of getting there. And like I said, we're going to put some other layers on there, kind of make it real nasty looking. Alright, I think that's a pretty good early pass. I think it looks pretty good so far, so we're going to let that dry, and then we'll work on our other colors. Alright, so it took about an hour for it to dry. Now we're going to go ahead and try to do some black to fill in where we see the white. You know, you see some white marks in there. We want to dirty those up just a bit more, so we're going to put some black in here, and we're going to try to do a similar thing. So it's just going to be a darker color to fill in. And I guess you can layer it in whatever version you want. If you wanted to go darker to lighter, I chose to do it this way. This is just the way I want to do it, etc. So I'm going to mix this up. I put a little black, a little bit of yellow in there. Didn't really help that much. I'm going to squirt a little bit of brown. This is the... And again, it's one of those things where, you know, if you measured it out, you'd have it be the same every time. I don't really operate that way, so... Still looks very black. Okay, and then I'm going to put some water in it to really loosen it up till it turns into a wash, and then we'll have our cloth to wipe the stuff off as well. So we'll go check that. It's very liquidy. And again, I'm going to put a little more brown in there. Maybe just a smidgen more yellow. Just to change it up a little bit. Whoops. Of course, I'm making a mess, a huge mess. So what we're going to do now is just like we did before, we're just going to dab it on there. Then try to pull it right off. We're just going to try to get in those cracks. Those cracks and crevasses. feel like I'm pretty good for now. And I'm going to leave that to let it dry. And we're going to do our next pass from here. Let me show you where we are so far. Oops. I think it looks really good. I'm very impressed with how it's turned out. Alright, now we're on to our blood-stained part of the thing. Originally, I was going to put a lot of blood, kind of fresh blood, but then now I've decided I want to do more of a stained blood look to it. So I'm going to use this as candy apple. And then there is real red. So let's put a little of that in there. Mix that around. You can see it's very, very red, which is what you'd sort of expect. So what we're going to do is put our jet black in there, darken it up to make it kind of it made it a little too dark. Let me try putting some red back in. I made it a little too dark. You got to be very careful. I should have put just a couple dollops of yep, still very dark. I overdid it. Alright, here we go. Let me try that. Let me try a little bit. I think it's too dark, but I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah, it's too dark. I'm going to go ahead and try putting some this other red back in there again. You got to be careful not to overdo. Can very easily let this thing get out of hand. Let me go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. Just get it dry, a little dry. Hard to see, but it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I think that's pretty good for now. Okay, so now it looks like we're doing pretty good. I'm not as happy. I lost a lot of the black when I did the yellowing effect and some of the blood. So I'm gonna do one more pass of the dark black at the end here and just kind of fill in some spots, etc. In retrospect, I think what I wish I had done maybe not put the black on when I did, because since I'm kind of having to redo it a bit, but it's all good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our cup here, put a little bit of water like I've been doing, put some black paint in here. All right, I think I'm done here. I think I'm pretty much done.